You know, I have Bones and I have some other restaurants, McLard's, but in the immediate downtown, I'd say Copper Penny. Hot Springs became exciting a few years ago. Again, I lived here my whole life, and I've never seen so much excitement as I have in the past years.
We have Capone's Loft, currently the hottest vacation rental downtown Hot Springs, and we're looking for another location. Excited about what's happening downtown. We want to bring this town to what it could be, and I think we're just right on the cusp of something very exciting happening.
Well, for the people that come through to my restaurant on their trips here, I would say Dallas is a big draw. I'm trying to think some other places, Louisiana. You know, they're not too far away from here, but they come into Hot Springs and they just get a warm feeling about it, and they get hooked.
I think we're headed finally in the right direction as far as moving forward with businesses and bringing in tourists who might not would have originally came to Hot Springs.
I'd like to really see residential, a lot of people living full-time downtown. Additionally, I'd like to see retail. I'd like to see numbers per square foot, the triple net leases being closer to $18 to $20. But I think we'll get there. I think it has to do with the mix of who's living downtown, who's utilizing downtown, and what the amenities are.
I would love to continue to see a thriving city. Growth, of course, kind of leaning into the development part, but outside of that, just a thriving city where there are people who are enjoying themselves and living a good life.
My husband and I wanted to reinvest in our community. This is where we both grew up. We both graduated high school here, and we wanted to help our community in some form or fashion. We're excited about the revitalization of not only the Bathhouse Row, but also the revitalization that's taken place from all the way up to Grand Avenue. So we manufacture and produce our own moonshine, which is white whiskey, unaged whiskey here. And we make moonshine. We have 17 different flavors right now. And so we pride ourselves on the fact that we actually make it here in-house.
Well, the Medical Arts Building, it's been a building that our company's been looking at for about 5 years now. And it actually took about 3 years to get this deal worked out with Amber Henson, Urban Living and Development. So we've been looking for a project to do in downtown Hot Springs for quite some time now. It's a beautiful building. It's probably one of the most iconic buildings in our city. I mean, just look at her. Such a beautiful building, ornate Art Deco architecture. There's so much to do here. You have the lakes, you have Oak Lawn, and then you have this beautiful downtown area where people can stay and relax, or just come to and just hike or just walk around downtown and have some good food and drink down here too.
I think in the 3 years since I've been down here, we can just see a steady increase in tourism. There's a lot more people than there was 3 years ago. You know, Hot Springs has had a lot of positive news, and a lot of websites are tracking Hot Springs as up and coming, and people, you know, take note of that and come to see what all the jazz is about. So it's just different. It's got everything for everybody.
1905 is when the Ohio Club started. The Ohio Club is now in a handful of businesses, only a handful of businesses that have been in business, continuing in Hot Springs for, you know, over a century. From my perspective, it's just the almost exponential growth we've seen, because I mean, it's just been remarkable. And just in the 11 years that I've been at the Ohio Club, the growth has been remarkable. 11 years ago in downtown, on any night of the week at like 7 o'clock, other than Friday and Saturday night, I had to have my employees park out front to make it look like somebody was downtown. You could walk out in front of my place at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night and not see a car in either direction, 11 years ago. And as opposed to now, to where it's, if you want a parking space, you come down there about 6 or 7 a.m.
I currently have Chrysalis Downtown, which is at 321 Washita, Splash Wine Bar, which is at 325 Washita, and Corked Winemaking Club at 327 Washita. I think it's just a hidden gem. I love it here, and so many people are discovering it. The climate is good, and the natural beauty, the mountains, the water, it's amazing. Well, I don't want too many people to move here because I don't want it to change too much. Hot Springs didn't really have a wine bar, and I grew up in Northern California loving wine, and I thought, hey, this town needs it.
My name is Molly Gaines, and this is Joanna A. Boutique. My daughter and I started it in 2015. Somewhat trendy, not even that. I mean, we love classical here too, classic style. So we're really a combination of my daughter and me. She's 17, I'm 48. So we really span between those two, and it's worked for us. We love it. I love being here. It's honestly my favorite place to be. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud, but I just like the vibe down here. We've just really done very well here, and just we enjoy all the customers coming in, and just enjoy the environment. So
yes, we both own 214 Washita Avenue.
Well, it's a 1905 building, and gosh, we pretty much fell in love with it right when we saw it.
We have revamped the whole thing and brought it back to like it should be.
Got two amazing retail spaces. One is Lavish, and it's a women's clothing boutique, and the other is Something Blue, which is a bridal boutique. Yeah, you can really tell that it's booming. You know, there's so many people downtown, you know, from new little shops opening up to people, you know, purchasing places and redoing them, and the VRBOs. I love it downtown. You can walk places, you can hike, you can shop. You know, it's like all in one. It's my favorite place. We're seeing a lot of people that are, you know, maybe visiting for a weekend, even from like Benton and Little Rock, and now they're deciding that they want to like have a stake and, you know, make a home or, you know, develop something over here. So even from local hot springs, right, to even maybe outside state areas like Texas coming over and that, and I just think the future is bright.
Because we are going to boom. We better get prepared for the tomorrows that are coming, because we haven't, in the past, we haven't been prepared as well as I see what we are doing now. I mean, we can take an influx now and run with it. It's finally coming to what I've always dreamt it could be. And we've had our false starts now and then. Things have happened, and at no fault to others, of course, but we've had these ups and downs, but this is a real upward, positive, wonderful time.
And it's just growing and growing, and I see people coming in town. What I see happening downtown in the last 3 years are outside people wanting to develop here. I see even our infrastructure growing to add other types of fun and jobs to this town. Everything is coming together all at once. It's just looking tremendous. It's just great.
I mean, there's an old saying that goes something to the effect of there's three kinds of people: the ones that make stuff happen, the ones that watch stuff happen, and the ones that wonders what the hell happened. And Amber is one that makes things happen, and I respect that because so much has happened of people that didn't even know they wanted to sell their property or buy the property, and she could make that happen for you.
Got talking, and I think she was overwhelmed, but she didn't know how to say no, and to this day she's thrilled she didn't. And she's still with us and been a tremendous help in helping with our changes in downtown and what she wants to do for other people.
She was very attentive to our needs. She helped us, always literally a phone call or text away. I'm probably sure I annoyed the living crap out of her multiple times, but yeah, overall she went well above and beyond what we needed.
When we decided seriously to try to acquire this building, there was no one else. I knew there was no one else to call but Amber to try to work out a deal out on this beautiful building.
She kind of understood what we wanted and really helped us find what we needed to fit what we wanted, because that part we were pretty clueless about.
Amber's urban and living development to get the resources they need regarding sites in the community. Not just resources, but also to talk about plans and business plans. I think I've been very fortunate to work with Amber.
Amber's the best at everything. She makes it easy, and she's bright and outgoing and fun, and she just makes the whole process the best.
Amber was great. I met Amber a few years ago in a business development thing, and she has so much charisma, so much energy. I think she is the downtown guru.
There's no one else better for downtown commercial property. I wouldn't even consider anyone else, and I wouldn't even know anyone else. She dominates the market and continues to do it, so we're very pleased.
She is qualified beyond measure. She is interested in the historic aspect of all of the community, much less downtown, but no, she is qualified.
Amber's been a client of mine for years, and I mean, I'm just so proud of her. She's the most successful girl I know, and just very ambitious, very intelligent, just a good person.
Very professional team. Her and Karen, 10 out of 10 every time.